Welcome to another daily show of what I call Crypto for the Rest of Us. I look to bring you one tip, one tool, or one coin analysis every day. Keep it short, sweet, and to the point. At the early stages of anything, there's a small group of people that understand what's going on. That's very familiar to me with crypto. But now we're getting to what I would call crypto for the rest of us, which is the other 99.9% of the people on the earth that may not completely understand how this blockchain works, just like they may not understand how the internet works. But that doesn't mean that they don't use it on a daily basis and invest in it. So I try to keep things fairly high level, but let's get into today because there's two groups or industries within crypto that I really like myself, so I talk about it quite a bit. That's the tokenization of real world assets, and today we're going to talk about artificial intelligence, which of course is taking off like wildfire all over the place. So there are three coins here. Let me show you this article, and this was supposed to take place on June 13th. Three coins, three, let's call them crypto companies: Fetch.ai, Ocean Protocol, and SingularityNET, and we'll look at all of those in a second. Those three were to merge together to become ASI. So starting, this was originally on June 11th, Fetch was going to be renamed ASI. And the other two coins were going to be converted into ASI coins. That was to happen on June 13th. Here it says their vision was that they wanted to realize AI infrastructure at an unprecedented scale by merging the research, brands, technologies, and products of these three different companies. So essentially, they're creating a decentralized artificial intelligence, which is what all of the crypto in the AI space is looking to do, of course. Why do you want that? What does it mean? Well, if you're not familiar, centralization, if you think of it in terms of finance, you put your money in a bank, and a bunch of people put their money in the bank, and then a bunch of other people come and they look to take loans. So you got people on this side depositing, and you got this people on this side taking money out, and in the center you got the bank, right? So it's centralized. Decentralized would be more like I'm loaning to this person, or I'm loaning a portion of mine to 10 different people. Okay, it's decentralized. With respect to artificial intelligence, this is critical, crucial. It has to happen. Right now, we have a company or another company or another company, each creating their own AI. What does that matter? Well, it only knows, at the moment, AI only knows what you feed it. So it goes through a learning stage, allow it to access a bunch of information, and then when you ask it questions, it's going to base its answers off of the information that it learned from, just like any one of us. Okay, that's a very basic description. But what that means is, if you want to have a system that is biased, well, you feed it the information you want it to know, and you don't feed it the information you don't want it to know, and then its answers are going to only be based on that, so that's bias. So the idea here, generally speaking, is to have it decentralized such that there isn't one entity or group of people that are deciding what it's learning, because that is going to impact what it can then teach or what it can then use as its base of knowledge for answers. Okay, so decentralization is huge with AI, not just for that reason, but just for the fact of scalability. The amount of data and infrastructure that's needed as these systems become more intelligent is just astronomical. Okay, so that's what originally was going to happen. Now, recently, there's an article, they put out a press release, the ASI Alliance, which is going to be the new company. Think of it as creating ASI as a shell, if you're familiar with shell companies, and then you're rolling the other companies in. Okay. So they said they're going to push it off to July 15th. Now, when I first saw this, I thought, great, I got coins and they're going to go to zero. They screwed up. That's not the case here from what they're saying. They're basically saying, in no uncertain terms, they say here the merger is now scheduled for July due to necessary adjustments by our partners. The alliance remains stronger than ever. They've made great progress. They're basically saying, hey, we put a date out there and we're not going to meet it. This is actually harder than we thought. It's going to take a little while longer. They could have just said that. But instead, they put together a lot of fancy words. They probably threw this into an AI bot and it came out with this answer. They used mine and then this is what they came out with. Okay, so that's now going to happen in July. Okay, why do you care? Well, full disclosure, I own 2 of these coins that are being converted. So what do you do if you want to learn a little more about this? Well, the tool that I always go to, CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko. I've shown this before. If you go into cryptocurrencies and you go down to categories, and then you look for that artificial intelligence category, they put them AI and big data tokens. Now, sometimes these coins that are in here, or I shouldn't say coins, I should say the crypto that's in here, these various companies fit the AI narrative. Some don't, or they don't that well, or they say they do. So here's the thing. In crypto, just like in the 2000s, I had a company before the bubble happened with respect to the internet bubble. And I went through that, and it was very interesting. And it was an interesting time. Crypto is very similar. Some of these companies just jump on the bandwagon. They say, oh, we can be used for AI. It doesn't mean initially they had that thought. It doesn't mean that they actually have any tools for it. And it doesn't mean that actually anyone's using it for that. So sometimes you have to dig into these companies. But if we scroll down here on the AI list, you'll see that Fetch and Singularity are one of the top ones in terms of market cap. Now, market cap, real quick, I got a video. I'll put a link to it. But market cap, the way they show it, is the number of circulating coins times the current price. I prefer to look at fully diluted to give me an apples to apples comparison. So there's Fetch, there's Singularity, and much farther down is Ocean. So I should talk about 2 different things here. So if we look at Fetch, we'll see that on the 1-year chart, as we dig into each one of these coins, it has gone up, I guess, almost 10x where it currently sits. It went up to $3. A year ago, it was about 18. Let's just call it 20 cents. It went up to $3. It's now about $1.60. So if it was 20 cents, 10x would be $2. So it's had quite a nice run. Now, if we just look at some of the data that they have here about it, just the real basics, it was founded in 2017. And as you read this, I won't read it all, but you'll see that it was founded specifically for AI, and that was 7 years ago. Like I said, full disclosure, I own some Fetch, and I bought some more the other day because Fetch is going to be turned into ASI. We'll talk about the ratios in a second. Then we hop, so fully diluted, I should say, 4.3. We hop over to Singularity. They've gone from essentially 20 cents, they're now sitting around 70 cents. Okay, 3 times. You look at SingularityNET, the very first line here is that they're a blockchain-powered platform that allows anyone to easily create, share, and monetize AI services. Again, another one specifically for AI. That's why they're being pulled together. We've got Ocean here that was, again, around 20 cents a year ago. It's around 70 cents. Same trajectory, about 3x. Now, as you scroll down, they talk about some AI and having a lot of founders in that industry. But they talk about initially a blockchain technology, decentralized networks, cryptographic techniques to facilitate secure and privacy preserving data. All right. So for whatever reason, these 3 decided that they had some synergy and together would become ASI. At the top of each of these, by the way, it has a link to the ASI. They already created an ASI token page, which is just news. Of course, there's no chart because they haven't been converted yet. Last thing, let's talk about conversion. In the original press release, they tell you how they will convert. Fetch will convert, here it is, at a conversion rate of 1 Fetch to 1 ASI. AGIX, which is SingularityNET, tokens at the rate of 1 to 0.43 ASI. So for every 1 token, you're going to get 0.43 ASI tokens. And then Ocean is going to be 1 for 0.43. They're slightly different, 0.433350, 0.433226. Anyway, 0.43. All right. So if you're thinking to yourself, you want to get some of the ASI, you don't have to wait. You can right now go buy Fetch. I have some, and I just bought some more the other day, and you're going to get a 1-to-1 conversion rate. Now, I quickly just did the math, and if you look at the math here, if Fetch is 1-to-1 and it's $1.65, what is 0.43 of $1.65? So if you own the other coins, you're going to get 0.43. That's about 70 cents. So if you look at SingularityNET, it's about 70 cents. And if you look at Ocean, it's about 70 cents. So Ocean and Singularity should maintain a ratio of 0.43 to Fetch. If you were to see either one of these and the ratio changes, it might be an opportunity to scoop up a bunch of those because you're going to get a better price. But the market knows this is happening, so these two prices should always be 0.43 of Fetch. So in my opinion, I don't give financial advice, but the easiest thing to understand is just buy a bunch of Fetch and you're going to get a 1-for-1, and you'll see it show up on this page. That's it for today. I wanted to point that out. I'm a big believer in AI and crypto as a whole. Thank you for watching. Until tomorrow, have a great day, and let's make generational wealth together with crypto.